I see this morning that Tucker Carlson has a very friendly, I would say almost devotional interview with none other than Mr. Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is a guy with whom I have some experience myself, having debated him now, I guess a few months ago it was. And my debate with Nick came about because he was going around posing as the alpha male. No one will debate me. Ben Shapiro's scared of me. Charlie Kirk's scared of me. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not scared of you. So let's debate the Iran strike. Let's debate Israel, radical Islam. And we had a pretty lively and spirited debate. Substantively, I have to say Nick was kind of out of his depth, but I think he knew that. He's nevertheless a glib, facile type of guy, and impressive in his own way for a 20-something. And I even told him that in the discussion. Now, after this debate, I got a very agitated series of texts from Charlie Kirk, of all people, basically saying, why did you do this? And I'm like, well, because someone needed to show him up. Someone needed to actually expose the fact that he is out of his depth. He doesn't know and has no historical sense of the topics he's talking about. And so I decided to play that role. And Charlie's like, well, you're magnifying this guy. You're giving him a platform. And then I'm quoting Charlie, he's vermin, meaning he's bad news. And of course, I recognize that Nick had said things that were deeply anti-Semitic, pro-Hitler. Some of it said half in jest, but again, half in jest. That means it's half not in jest. And so here we see this interview with Tucker and Nick, and it is actually of a very different caliber. Tucker is not challenging Nick. Tucker is doing his usual, well, I guess Debbie's going to jump at this, but he's doing his usual kind of fluffer routine, which is he has these guests, and what he's doing is he's just massaging them and building them up. And giving them a platform and kind of like heartily going along. This is what Tucker did with the nun with the mustache. He did it with so many others, and he's doing it with Nick. And so I felt obliged. I haven't done this, of course, in months. I had no intention of doing it. I'm like, hey, look, Tucker, it seems to me that you are trying to become Mr. Turning Point, right? You're the main speaker at the upcoming conference, and you are trying to sort of, in some ways, maybe even take over Turning Point. I don't know. But the Turning Point people need to know that Charlie was not on board with this kind of fluffer routine. In fact, Charlie believed that I shouldn't even debate Nick. It's not even enough to refute him, challenge him, expose him. Charlie's point is this guy is poison. He's bad news. And so I released those texts with Charlie Kirk, and it's creating a big flurry on X right now. Tons of people are weighing in on all sides. But I think mainly my reason for doing this was simply to show the Turning Point is at a turning point. They're just going to have to decide, are they going to let Tucker steal Turning Point away from Charlie? I think that's the larger issue of what is really going on here. And the Nick Fuentes thing is simply one episode that really reflects that Charlie really was not on board with any of this. Now that Charlie is gone, Tucker is sort of is pulling in a completely new direction, while pretending that this is in full continuity with what Charlie was doing. And these texts prove that that is absolutely not the case. When I first came to America around 1980, I had $500 in my pocket. That's it. Now, if I'd been really frugal and not spent a penny of that money, what do you think it would be worth now? What could it actually buy now compared to what it could buy in 1980? Well, the answer, less than $130. Now, why is that? Because the U.S. government, through the Fed, is constantly printing money and devaluing your money. When the government prints money, there's more money chasing the same amount of goods and services. So guess what? Money goes down in value. Money buys less. The Fed has been at it since 1913. That's why a dollar today can buy just what a few cents could buy in 1913. And the government continues to print oceans of money. It really never stops. Now, an ounce of gold reached a high of $850 in 1980. It's worth now around $3,900 an ounce. So historically over time, we see gold has gone up and up in value. Dollars have gone down and down. And what about in the last 12 months? Gold is up over 40%. I believe now is the time to find out how you can diversify your savings with gold and silver. And this is why I've partnered with Goldco. They offer the best customer service for precious metals ownership. They are also the only gold dealer that offers a first-time gold buyer rebate of up to 10% in bonus silver on qualified purchases. There's no better offer out there, so take advantage. To learn more about how to safeguard your savings from the dollar's decline, go to dineshgold.com. Very simple, easy to remember, dineshgold.com.